This segment of DelmarvaLife is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration.
With winter comes less than joyous weather at times. As you know, Delmarva has been brutalized on several recent occasions by high floodwaters, wind, and rain that has caused fallen trees and power lines, even some severe enough to cause significant property damage. And if you'd like the opinion of an experienced meteorologist like me, unfortunately, we probably haven't seen the last of those conditions.
Oh no, and those factors are not to be taken lightly, especially for homeowners. So can we turn to, or who can we turn to for helping in an emergency when Mother Nature decides to send us a little bit of bad luck? Well, that would be the experts at Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, and we'd like to welcome David Ziegler. He is in commercial sales with Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Welcome to Historic Studio D.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. It's great to be back. Thank you.
Good to
Wonderful
see
be
you.
here.
So we touched a little bit on these recent storms. Have you seen significant damage?
Yeah, I'm glad Mike is here, and we have had a little pre-discussion here. It's cold outside. I think we would all agree on that. And this week we've seen temperatures that we haven't seen probably in a year or two, as far as the wind chill factors and all of that. So let's talk a little bit about weather and the challenges that the weather events can bring. And we'll start with the cold weather. The first thing that comes to mind are water challenges and, with cold weather, frozen pipes.
Yeah.
Let's stop right now and let's give your viewing audience and listening audience the best asset that they can have when they face these challenges. And it's our phone number at Paul Davis. It's 410-219-9160. Write that down. And after we talk about all this, if you still have such challenges, you know that you've got someone to take care of you. And that's what most important. We want to help. So that being said, when the temperature gets down to about freezing or below freezing, what does that tell you? It tells you that your home becomes an environment where you should always control the temperature, obviously. Control that environment. If the temperatures dip down and Mike tells us, yeah, it's going to be brutally cold, make sure your thermostats are set at 55 or better in your house. Keep your heat on, obviously. Most of us keep our heat above 55 degrees, obviously. But 55 seems to be the national agreed upon temperature to keep your pipes from freezing and keep them safe. Another thing that you can do, the furthest spigot from or faucet from the water source, if it's going to be really cold, let the water drip a little bit. That keeps water in motion, won't freeze typically as easy. So that's another thing that you can do. Any exposed pipes, you just talked a little bit about crawl space before we went on the air. You might want to look at insulating the pipes, especially any on the exterior or that are outside of the confines of the home as well. Hose bibs outside, spigot bibs. You disconnect your hoses. You know, a lot of what we're going to talk about in the next few minutes, proactive. Be proactive about your property. Open your cabinets. If there's pipes in your bathroom, as there always are, or in your kitchen, open your cabinets. It allows the heat flow to get in closer to those pipes and obviously keep them warmer. So we'll switch gears into the storms. Yeah, I saw a lot the last 2 weeks. I saw a lot of high water in our region, flooding events, a lot of downed trees. You know, storms come with their own set of challenges. When you're talking about high winds and heavy rain, that's kind of a 1-2 punch. Boy, trees. I mean, we seem to be getting a lot of these heavy rain and wind events, and they do pose a lot of challenges. So we just want the public to know that we're here to help you, but there are things that you can do. Be proactive. Look at your property, do an inspection at home, and just think about what Mike's and Dan and others are saying on those forecasts, and just respond to them.
All right, so let's talk about what if you do have an issue? What kind of restoration and I guess response can Paul Davis?
Well, 410-219-9160, okay? Yeah. So that being said, don't wait, okay? A lot of people are like, well, maybe it'll get better. Usually not, especially when you have a water intrusion into structure, because what did we say? Water tries to find a place to go. And if water's freezing, contracting, expanding, all of that, it's going to do damage. So what I would say that as you experience or you think that you have a problem, call us, because we're going to set inspections in place. We're going to get eyes that are very knowledgeable, trained technicians out there to look at it, and then we're going to recommend the appropriate remediation. And if it does involve rebuild or reconstruction, the great part about Paul Davis, it's one call does it all. We can take you through the dry out process, through the remediation, and then we can put everything back together for you.
And don't wait, because in this pattern, we're like getting a storm every 3 days at this point.
Right.
Don't wait.
Right.
Well,
Yep.
thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
David, for
Absolutely.
coming in.
My pleasure.
Always
Thank
good
you.
to see you.
You too as well. Thank you.